Guys, what if the most dangerous enemy in Port Charles hasn't even revealed his true face yet? Because if these clues are leading where I think they're leading, then Jason and Anna may be walking straight into a nightmare they never saw coming. And honestly, the more I look at this Hudson situation, the more convinced I become that this guy could be hiding something far bigger than anyone expects. So let's talk about it. As many fans already know, Troy Lennon Appel is set to join General Hospital as Hudson, a brand new mysterious character arriving in Port Charles this summer. Right away, one detail jumped out at me. Hudson isn't being introduced as some random short-term guest character. This is reportedly a contract role, which means the show clearly has long-term plans for him. And that's where things start getting interesting. According to early information, Hudson is a businessman with connections to questionable individuals. Now, on the surface, that doesn't automatically make him a villain. Port Charles has seen plenty of shady businessmen over the years, but if you ask me, GH rarely introduces a mysterious outsider with suspicious connections unless they're planning to shake up the entire canvas. And that's exactly why I think Hudson could become the next major threat. At first, I can easily imagine Hudson arriving as a charming, sophisticated entrepreneur, the kind of guy who knows exactly what to say, the kind of guy who walks into a room and instantly earns everyone's trust. People may see a successful businessman, they may see an investor, they may see a powerful ally. But what if that's exactly what Hudson wants them to see? Because the biggest danger isn't always the enemy standing right in front of you. Sometimes it's the one smiling beside you, and that's where Jason could enter the story. Now let's be real here. Jason has spent years dealing with criminals, manipulators, and master schemers. He has a sixth sense when something doesn't add up. So what happens if Hudson's story starts falling apart under closer examination? What happens if Jason notices gaps in Hudson's past? Missing records? Conflicting stories? Business dealings that don't quite make sense? At first, nobody believes Jason. After all, Hudson appears respectable, successful, trusted, untouchable. But Jason keeps digging, and the deeper he digs, the uglier things become. Suddenly, Hudson isn't just a businessman anymore. He's connected to people nobody wants to talk about. Money is moving through hidden channels. Secrets are being bought and sold. Powerful figures are acting nervous. And that's when Anna may begin paying attention. Now here's where I think things could get really explosive. Anna has spent most of her life uncovering secrets. She's seen international conspiracies. She's taken down dangerous criminals. She's survived situations that would destroy most people. So if Anna starts investigating Hudson too, that tells us something serious is happening. Imagine Anna discovering that Hudson's connections stretch far beyond Port Charles. Imagine realizing this isn't just a local criminal operation. This could be a network. A massive one. One with resources. One with influence. One capable of reaching into places even Anna never expected. And guys, that would completely change the game. Because suddenly this isn't Jason versus Hudson. It's Anna and Jason versus a hidden empire. But wait, that's not even the craziest possibility. What if Hudson already knows they're investigating him? Think about that for a second. What if every move Jason makes is being monitored? What if every lead Anna uncovers is something Hudson intentionally allowed her to find? That would make Hudson even more dangerous. Not because he's stronger, not because he's richer, but because he's always 10 steps ahead. And honestly, that's the type of villain General Hospital has been missing. A villain who doesn't need to threaten people directly. A villain who wins by manipulating everyone around him. A villain who turns allies against each other without ever getting his own hands dirty. Now imagine the fallout. Friendships begin cracking. Old secrets suddenly leak. Private information starts surfacing. Characters who trusted each other for years begin questioning everything. Nobody knows who leaked what. Nobody knows who can be trusted. And somehow Hudson always seems to come out looking innocent. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe that's exactly how he planned it. But here's the twist that keeps running through my mind. What if Hudson's real target isn't Jason? What if it isn't Anna either? What if those two are simply obstacles standing between him and something much bigger? Because villains like this usually aren't interested in petty revenge. They're interested in power, control, influence, the ability to move pieces across the board while everyone else thinks they're making their own choices. And if Hudson is truly building influence throughout Port Charles, then every major family could eventually find themselves caught in his web. That's when the danger becomes impossible to ignore. Because once Jason realizes the scope of Hudson's operation, there may be no turning back. Once Anna uncovers the truth, she could become one of Hudson's biggest threats. And if Hudson sees them both as enemies, then all bets are off. The battle could quickly evolve into a high-stakes game of deception where nobody knows who's winning until it's too late. Every revelation creates another mystery. Every answer raises new questions. Every victory turns into another trap, and that's exactly the kind of storyline that could keep fans hooked for months. Still, there's one question I can't stop asking. Who is Hudson really? Because I have a feeling we're only seeing the mask. The polished businessman, the charming newcomer, the respectable public image, but underneath, there could be an entirely different person waiting to emerge. A mastermind, a manipulator, a hidden threat capable of changing Port Charles forever. And if that's where General Hospital is heading, then Jason and Anna may be facing one of the most dangerous opponents they've encountered in years. But maybe the biggest shock of all is this. What if Hudson's war against Port Charles has already begun, and nobody realizes it yet?